All right, guys, we are going to go ahead and get started here. So welcome to Quarantine Strength and Flexibility with me, Dr. Rob. I think we're on session number 8, possibly. With all this time going by, you kind of lose track, but I'm pretty sure we're on number 8. So on partnership with Varsity Gay League, we got a nice strength and flexibility, mobility circuit for you. We'll start with a little bit of a warm-up. Then we'll jump into our flexibility and mobility. It'll be about 10 minutes of some mobility and stretching exercises. Following that, we'll jump into a strength circuit. This time it's going to be just like last week. It's going to be 8 exercises. We'll go through it all once, get a break, and then we're going to go through it all again one more time. After that, we got 2 bonus exercises because I know you guys love those. And then from there, we will go into our cool down. So a little bit of kind of stretching, chance for the blood to, get our blood to cool down a little bit, and also our breathing to shallow some. So I'll try to give modifications for most things as we're going along if you need. So pay attention. I'll usually show the exercise that we're going to be doing at first, followed by the modifications. So if you want, just keep doing the exercise from before until you see something that you can do. But otherwise, try to push yourself. I can't see you guys. I can only see myself on the screen, so no one else can see you either. So do as much as you can. Push yourself, and there's no judgment here. So really, all just in here to try to work out and get moving some. So without further ado, we are going to go ahead and get started. Just like every week, we will start with our jog here. So nice and easy for the first round. Our warm-up is going to be 4 different exercises just to try to get the blood flowing, get our muscles warmed up a little bit, and get ready to go. Go nice and easy the first time through. If you want to go a little quicker on the second round, feel free to. I'll tell you when to switch. We got our jog first. We're going to go into high knees next. So we're going to be raising our knees up the ground. Keep that core nice and tight as you do. So let's go ahead and bring those up. As you're going, keep yourself upright. Don't lean back in order to pick your knees up. Keep that core nice and tight. And bring those knees up towards your chest. You want to put your hands here, slap them. You can go ahead and do that. Again, we got 30 seconds here on each of these. And then we're going to switch. Next, we got our jumping jacks. Throw the arms in a little bit. Try to get those warmed up some. Keep going on that. I'm just going to tweak the camera a touch. There we go. Get nice and easy on this first go around. Second go around, you can feel free to ramp it up a little bit. Get those arms up over your head. Colson came back to say hi. All right, we got our butt kickers next. You want to bring those heels up. Try to hit yourself in the butt there. Get the arms move a little bit. Nope. So keep going there. As was the case each week, if anything ever gets messed up, blame it on the cat. Very curious, but a couple more seconds here, and we'll go back to our jog. If you want to do a little quicker here, you can pick up the pace. Otherwise, just nice and easy. Again, this is all about just getting the blood flow, getting those muscles loosened up a little bit, getting ready to kind of stretch and work it out. Nice and easy. Or we go a little quicker. Core is tight. Always engage that core. We got our high knees next, so bring them up. Stop your hands if you want to make sure you're getting them up. Core is tight. You're not leaning back. Otherwise, you use those arms and pump those as you're going along. Get that blood flowing up there. Yeah. 5 more seconds on this one. Then we got our jumping jacks. Jump into those. Get those arms up overhead. Most of the focus today is going to be legs with our workout, but we got a couple arm exercises. I want to make sure those are ready to go too. We got our last exercise after this, the butt kickers. Then we get 30 seconds of rest, and then we'll jump into our flexibility mobility. Okay? Get those heels up, kicking your butt. Get your arms pumping with you. You dance a little bit to music. About 15 more seconds on this one, and then we're going to jump into a little bit of rest break. Again, get those heels up towards your butt. All right, 30 seconds of rest. Then we're going to start with a little bit of quad mobility, flexibility. I like to call them Superman quad stretches. So 30 seconds, grab your water. You need to wipe off because you're starting to sweat a little bit. Go ahead and do that. And then we're going to jump into our flexibility mobility section. So 10 more seconds there, guys. We're going to start by grabbing our right ankle. Pull that up towards your butt. We'll stretch it out for a little bit. And then once you're ready, we're going to tip forward as if you're reaching down towards the ground and come back up. As you go down, you might feel that stretch get a little bit stronger. That's exactly what we're going for. So just tipping down and then back up. If you're having trouble with the balance, find something to stare at and focus on. Use that vision to help you out. So reaching down and then coming back up. Last one here. And then we're going to switch to the other side. So I'm going to grab my left ankle, give it a little stretch first. Remember, don't be like me and looking all around because that'll make your balance a lot more difficult. Try to focus on one spot as you go down and up. If you need to hold on to something with your hand, you can do that too. Otherwise, we'll use it as a little bit of a balance exercise too. Work on the stability in our ankles. Got about 5 more seconds here. One more. All right, go ahead and step it into a lateral lunge. So leg out to the side, butt sits back. You're gonna feel that stretch in the left inner thigh. I'm going out to my right side, so I should be feeling that in my left inner thigh. You got 30 seconds on this one. Lean down. If you want to rest over here on your leg, you can. And go ahead and hold that there. A couple more seconds. And we're just going to switch it over to the other side. Hold that right there. I'm going to my left now, so I'm feeling that on the inner part of my right thigh. A nice good stretch all along my adductors. Got about 10 more seconds on this one. Your butt should be back. You don't want to be sitting up like this. So reach that back. A couple more seconds. And we're going to go into lunge with a twist. So what you're going to do is you're going to lunge forward. You're going to turn towards the side of the forward leg. Okay? You want to use your hand to pull yourself a little more. You can. Good. So again, you're lunging forward. You're turning towards the same side as the leg that's in front. You can use your hand, your opposite hand, to pull yourself that direction a little farther. Getting our body warmed up for those lunges. Don't let your knee go past your toes when you're doing them. All right, let's go ahead and stand up. We do our hip flexor mobility. I'm going to put my right leg in the back for this. I'm going to drive my heel back towards the floor. My core's nice and tight. I'm not arching my back. And I feel that stretch in the front of my right thigh here. I know you guys can't see it, but over on the right side. And once you're in that position, we can start to tilt side to side and get a little bit more of a stretch through there. A little bit of a dynamic stretch for our hip flexor. Got about 10 more seconds here. If you want to rotate, you can do a little rotation too, but we just did some of that. So I'm just going to side bend, side to side. All right, let's go ahead and switch. Let's get that left leg back behind us. Remember, drive that back heel down towards the ground. Tighten your core, almost like you're trying to tuck your tailbone underneath. You should feel that in the front of the left thigh now. If you want to lunge a little more forward, intensify that stretch, go for it. And then we're going to side bend, side to side, and turn it into a dynamic mobility, flexibility exercise. Still keeping that core tight. Good. About 5 more seconds here. We're going to go into a calf stretch. Let's go down on the floor. Right foot back. Take the left foot and cross it over top, and you can hold it there. You should feel that stretch in the back of your calf through here. And we're just going to hold that out. If you need to do it up against the wall or something, feel free to do that. You still get the same stretch in the back of the calf. By all means, do what's easiest for you. If you want, you can rock that heel side to side, make it a little more dynamic. Get your hips rocking side to side with it. Make it more of a mobility. Good. And then let's go ahead and switch to the left. So left foot down, push that heel towards the ground. Right foot crosses over the back and stretch that out there. You can hold that, or again, you can take your left heel and turn it in and out and feel the stretch intensify, especially when you go out. Or just hold it. All right, let's go down onto our back. We're going to do our off mobility exercise, one of my favorites. You're going to bring the right leg up, cross it over your body as you turn your head and your body the other way. Pull it back in, and you switch. So left leg comes in and pull it across your body, and turn the opposite direction. If you want to hold one for a little bit, we still got another minute of this one. So feel free to just hold it out to the side. If you want to straighten that leg out, show you on this side, you can do that too. Remember, you're trying to turn your head the opposite direction, so not what I'm doing. I'm just doing it so I can see the screen. But otherwise, if you want to keep it as a mobility exercise, you pull it out, and then you switch to the other side. Not going to hold it. We got 30 more seconds on this one. Really try to loosen up those legs, those hips, for the lunges we got coming up. Woo. Got 10 more seconds on that, so keep it up, guys. Remember, you're pulling up and across. Let's get one last one, and then we're going to stand up. All right, we're going to do our open gate exercise. So leg comes up, take that hand, pull it out to the side, and then down. Left hand up, out to the side, and down. Knee comes up, and grabs it and pulls it out to the side. Try to keep your torso pointing straight forward. So that way you're really working on just your hip mobility. Keep it up, get nice and loose before we got our strength circuit. Like I said, we got a lot of lunges, forward, lateral, diagonal. We're gonna be hitting all the lunges. Lunge jumps, I know those are your guys' favorites. They're my favorites. 5 more seconds on this one, and then we're going to do some dynamic hamstring mobility, kicking exercises. So let's start on your right foot. Stand on your left. You're going to swing that right leg back and forth. You can touch it to your hand in front. If you need to hold on to something, the wall, you can do that. Okay? Otherwise, you can challenge yourself. And just stand freely. Really extend back. So we work on that extension with our leg as we bring it forward. You're really reaching it. If you want to point that toe, especially for some of those kicking athletes, you can do that. Let's go ahead and switch to the other side. So left leg now. If you're just standing, try to find something to focus on. Don't be turning your head all around like I am. Definitely makes that balance a lot more challenging, okay? So sitting back, forward, and touch that hand and foot together. And if you want to point the toe, you can do that as if you're kicking kickball and soccer players. 5 more seconds here. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, guys. That was the easy part. Next comes the challenging part. Got 30 seconds to get some water, take a little break. Then we're going to jump into our strength circuit. 8 exercises. You go through them all once. You get a minute rest. Then we got the same 8 exercises again. Then we got your favorite 2 bonus exercises. Then you guys are ready, and then rest and cool down. 5 more seconds. Grab a little water. We're going to start with forward lunges. So let's come back. We got 4 lunges. You're going to step forward and alternate side to side. Okay? As you're going, keep your core nice and tight. Make sure your knee's not going past your toe. I'll show you from the side. Okay? So it's not going past there. Drop that back knee down towards the floor. You can alternate back and forth like that. Chest is a little bit forward, not leaning too far back. Engage the glutes a little bit more. Everyone's always trying to firm up the buns, so when you come up, really push yourself up. If you need to do a smaller one, that's okay. It hurts to go forward. Sometimes going backwards is a little bit easier on the knees. Okay? You got 10 more seconds. And then we got your favorites, the lunge jumps, okay? So what you're doing is you're going to lunge down in the air. You're going to scissor those airs, legs in the air, and come back into a lunge. So just like this. If you can't do that, it's okay to do a little small one, just like this. But otherwise, you want to drop down, explode off the ground, and those legs will scissor in the air. But again, balance, find a spot to look at. Don't let those knees go past those toes. If you need some small ones, you need to rest, take a quick break, and you can jump right back into it. I can't see you, like I said. No one else can see you. So you just do whatever you feel like you can. Feel the burn in the quads. And we're going to go into lateral lunges next. Out to the side, explode back up to the middle. Step out to the side, explode up. Your butt should reach back as you go. That'll make sure that knee doesn't come past your toes. And then push back to the middle. If you need to do a smaller one, that's okay. Do whatever you feel comfortable doing. If you want to go quicker, feel free to go quicker. Pick up that speed. Really push yourselves. After you go through all 8 of these exercises, you get a minute rest. Make sure that butt's staying back. Leg straightens out as you go. butt goes back. All right, we got our skater jumps or ski jumps. Skater, side to side, working on that explosive lateral movement that we were just doing with the lateral lunges. You need to do ski jumps. You can do those side to side. You can try to pick up a little height. It's always quiet on your landings. Make sure you stick them side to side. Otherwise, push yourself. Try to explode as far as you can if you want. And keep going, guys. Push yourselves as much as you feel comfortable. If you need to rest, take a quick break, and then get right back into it. We got one more lunge exercise for this. That's going to be our diagonal lunge. So you're going to lunge back into the side, reaching back behind you. Okay? And then back up. So reach back and across the midline of your body. Just like that. If you need to do a smaller one, do a little smaller one. If you need to rest at any point, take a break, and you get right back into it. Try to keep that foot pointed straight forward. Find something to focus on. You got 10 more seconds on these. And 3, 2, 1. We're going to do our planks with an oblique crunch, so you're going to bring that knee out to the side. Let's go on our hands and toes. You're going to bring that knee up to the outside of your elbow. Keep that core tight, back nice and flat. You need to go to your knees. Go ahead and do that. Same thing. If you need to use a wall, up against the wall, bring those knees in. So crunching through your obliques on the side, just like that. Otherwise, get down on the floor, full plank, hands and toes. If you want to make it a little quicker and more dynamic, feel free to. If you need to rest, take a break and then get back to it. After this, we're going to flip over onto your back. We're going to do some tricep dips. You're going to come up into a tabletop position, hands forward. You're going to lower those butt towards the ground as your elbows go back. The closer you are to your feet, the less stress it'll be. Okay? Otherwise, you want to go up nice and tall, lower down, and push back up. It's too bothersome on the shoulders. Take a break. Otherwise, try to push through it. Lower yourself down. Push it up. Again, you need to bring the legs a little closer if you can. Or if you need to rest, give yourself a break. Then come right back into it. This is usually one of the more challenging ones. A lot of people have a difficult time with. About 5 more seconds here. 3, 2, 1. We're going to our bicycle abs. Heel lay down. Legs are out. As one knee comes in, you're going to raise your elbow up to touch it. Switch like that. If you need to, you can just go in a seated position, up like this. If you want, you can make it a little quicker. But otherwise, try to bring your knee in towards your elbow. Again, if you need to, come up here. Just make it challenging for yourself. Don't just sit up like this and tap side to side. Got 10 more seconds, and then your favorite part. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. You guys got a minute of rest, okay? Catch your breath, get some water, wipe the sweat up, and then we got one more round of this. So we got the same 8 exercises. We go through them all again, 1 minute each time. And then we got our 2 bonus exercises I'm really excited about. And then lastly, we've got our cool down. So make sure you guys breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Get that heart rate to come down a little bit before we got the second one. We got 25 more seconds. Haha, John. Just a little break, Akbar. About 5 more seconds, guys. And then remember, we're going to go through it again. The first exercise is those forward lunges. So let's get going. Stepping forward, drop that back knee down towards the floor. Make sure the front knee does not go past your toes. If it's a little too bothersome on your knees, either don't go as far or try to do a reverse lunge. Sometimes we'll take that pressure away from the front. But otherwise, you're dropping down and then explode yourself back up to the middle, just like that. Remember, we got a minute of each exercise that we're going to go through, so keep pushing yourselves as much as you can. 20 more seconds on this one. If you need to do a smaller lunge, go for it. If you need to rest, take a break, and then we go right back into it. Otherwise, you don't get much rest until we finish this next circuit. Lunge jumps are next. Starting the lunge position, you're going to jump up, scissor those legs in the air, back into a lunge. Make sure you're dropping down low on each one. That front knee is not coming past your toes. This one's going to burn a lot. So push yourself. If you want to go quicker, you can. If you need to do a smaller jump, that's okay. Just push yourself as much as you're able to. Got 15 seconds on this. Feel that burn, especially in the front of the thighs. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lateral lunges. Out to the side. Butt goes back, back to the middle. Explode up, back to center each time. Make sure that butt's going back. That knee isn't going to go past your toes. That's why you sit the butt back. Also engages your glutes more. We always want more glutes. So if you want to go quickly, do that. Just do whatever you're comfortable with. Smaller lunges, if it's a little too difficult, and a little slower. Otherwise, sit that butt back, explode back to the middle. Feel that sweat. All right, we got our skater and ski jumps. Skater jumps. One leg to the other, side to side. Ski jumps. Back and forth like this. Small, or try to get some air if you want. Get those feet up and jump like you're jumping over a ball or a cone. Otherwise, side to side, as quickly as you feel comfortable. If you're worried about your neighbors, you shouldn't be, because you should be landing very softly. That way you're absorbing the shock and protecting your joints. Really try to push from side to side. Squat down into it. You shouldn't be up tall here. You want to get low. 5 more seconds. Now we got our diagonal lunges. So you're lunging backwards and across your midline, okay? Good. You do a smaller one, that's okay. You're halfway there on this one. If you want to pick up the speed, you can do that too. Told you this was going to be a bit of a leg killer. My legs are definitely already feeling it. Got the sweat coming down too. Woo. Keep pushing yourself. So you guys are doing awesome. Got sort of 3 more exercises. Let's set up for our plank obliques. So hands and toes, flat as a board. You're gonna bring that elbow out to the side. Sorry, that knee out to the side to meet your elbow. You need to go from your knees. You can do that. If you want to go quicker, you can do it that way. Do something a little easier. Come up against the wall, lean up against it, and pull them up that way. Otherwise, hands and toes, bringing it out to the side. Ten seconds, guys. Flat as a board. Butts down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flip over into our tricep dips. Up into tabletop. Hands forward, elbows back. Throw the butt down as the elbows bend. Then push yourself up through your hands. If you need to go a little easier, shift your feet weight towards your feet. And do it like that. If you need to rest, sit down, and then come right back into it. Bicycle abs are our last one of this 8. But remember, we get our 2 bonus exercises. Get excited. Feel the burn in your triceps, the back of your arms. Woo. Keep going, guys. You got this. 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, bicycle abs. Down on your back. One knee in towards you, the other straight. Opposite elbows touching that knee. Keep that core nice and tight. You need to sit up and do it. You can do that too without the legs. Keep that core nice and tight, that back flat, sitting up nice and tall. Otherwise, we're down. You guys are doing awesome. You said 2 more exercises left after this. Need a little rest. Grab your thighs, hold yourself up for a little bit. Otherwise, let's get these last 10 seconds of this one. And 3, 2, 1. Bonus exercise. Single leg bridge. Let's pick your left leg up off the floor. You're going to raise your butt up. Hands can go across your chest. You can go on the floor. If it's too difficult, you can do both. You can straighten out the leg if you want. We got 30 seconds on this one. Then we got, you guessed it, 30 seconds on the other one. Let's go ahead and switch. Left leg down, right leg up, straight, whatever you want. Go and squeeze that butt, lift up towards the ceiling. If you want to do both legs down, you can put them down just like that. Let your head rest down, not like mine. I'm just trying to be able to see. Got 5 more seconds on this one. 3, 2, 1. Let's go on to our stomachs. Get a little back exercise, our Superman tees. So nice and flat, arms out. You raise the arms and legs up off the floor and down. Just touch the floor and then come right back up. Keep your head down. You don't need to look up at what's in front of you. If you want to just hold it, you can. If you need to rest, take a little break and then get right back into it. You got 20 more seconds here, and then you get a break. Three, 2, and 1. All right, guys, 30 seconds. Grab some water. Wipe the sweat up. Stripping down. I'm drenched. We got our cool down next. We'll start with that in standing, so get that water. In 5 more seconds. We start with just a quad stretch. So grab your ankle behind you, keep your stomach nice and tight, pull that leg back, and let's just stretch out those quads. Get a little bit of a quad burner today, so this should feel pretty good for him. Feel that in the front of this right thigh. We're gonna do 45 seconds here, so you still got another 20. Try to focus on your breathing. Try to calm down your breath, your heart rate, in through your nose, out through your mouth. And let's go ahead and switch. The right foot down, left up. You need to hold on to something you can. You need to put your foot on something like a chair or couch. You can let it rest up there too. But otherwise you're holding it, core's nice and tight. Really breathe into the stretch, in through your nose, out through your mouth. With each breath, you might even try to pull back a little bit more. Try to get a little stronger stretch. About 10 more seconds on this. Stomach's nice and tight. Pulling that leg back. You should feel that nice, good stretch. All right, we're gonna go down to the floor on our butt. We're gonna do a butterfly stretch. So feet, bottoms of feet together, grab your toes. If you wanna push down the outsides of your legs, you can. We worked out our groin, our adductors, and the inside right here a lot today. So try to stretch those out some as well. You can push down with your elbows on the knees, like I said. Try to get a nice, good stretch out of that. We're gonna get our hamstrings and then our glutes a little bit after this. So we worked all those out today. Really focus on that breathing still. Try to breathe in the stretch with each breath. Go a little farther. All right, let's go ahead and straighten one leg out. Got my right leg out. You can take my hand and grab around the calf. Try to pull myself down towards that side. Should feel this in the back of the hamstring. Back of the thigh there. We worked those out a lot today with all the lunges and the jumping, so want to make sure we get a good stretch from that. Got about 10 more seconds on this one. And you got it. We get to switch to the other side. About 5, 3, 2, 1. So right leg's in, left leg's out. You can reach and grab towards it. If you want to use both hands and pull, by all means. You can touch your forehead to your knee. Props to you. I'll never be able to do that unless I go like this. Hey, gonna hold that out. 25 more seconds there. Again, with each breath, try to go a little farther. By now, your breath should be under control a little bit better. Your heart rate should have come down to closer to normal, maybe a little more elevated. And then let's go ahead and lie down on our back. You're gonna take let's do your left knee first. Pull it in towards your chest and then across towards your opposite shoulder. If you want to go a little lower than the shoulder, you can. You're trying to stretch in this left glute here. Let your head rest down, unlike mine. Really try to relax and breathe into it. And if you want to pull a little bit more across versus up toward your shoulder, you can do that. Just make sure you're feeling that stretch in the buttock right here. Okay, let's go ahead and lower the left. You're going to move right up now, up towards your chest, and then across towards your opposite shoulder, so towards your left. You need to come a little bit lower. You're getting some pinching in your hip. Sometimes lowering it down to the side and pulling more across your body can be helpful. And you want to feel that in the right hip this time, in the glute butt region, and get a nice good stretch there. And we worked those out a lot today. Breathe into a deep stretch. Got about 10 seconds on this one. And 3, 2, 1. Last one, we'll go into our child's pose. Knees a little bit apart, feet flat. You want to sit your butt back between your heels as you put your forehead down towards the mat. Hands can go down the side of your body or up overhead, wherever's more comfortable for you. You're going to go ahead and hold that out while I talk. So, again, right now you're doing the child's pose. So, feet out a little bit, flat on the floor, butt sitting in between your heels. Your forehead's going down towards the mat, arms go down by your side or up overhead, wherever you feel comfortable with it. But otherwise, awesome work today. You guys, that was not an easy one, lots of lunges. Legs are gonna be feeling it. But definitely appreciate you joining me, Varsity A-League, allowing me to do this for you guys each week. I really do love it. So every Thursday, 6 p.m., join us next week. We'll be back again. And then, like I said, share with your friends if you think someone might be interested, looking for a little bit of workout or some way to get active. Tell them all about it. And then if you want to make a donation to me for it, otherwise it's free, you can do that through Venmo at Robert-Thomsen, Thomsen. And if you have any questions about this, about physical therapy in general, or wellness, or working out, you can reach out to me on Facebook or through my website. So ThomsenPhysicalTherapy.com, Thomsen. Awesome job today. You guys rocked it. Can't wait for next week. So tune in and we'll see you then.